Hello all, welcome back to Kadai Galata channel. India is a land of stories and every state has its own voice, wisdom and magic. Today's story comes from the eastern part of India. It is connected to two neighboring states, Bihar and Jharkhand. Before, Jharkhand was a part of Bihar. Both states share rich forest, rivers, folk tales, and traditional stories passed down through generations. Bihar is a land of Nalanda and of great thinkers like Gautama Buddha and Mahavira. Its villages are deeply rooted in tradition, where stories are passed down from one generation to the next through songs, folk tales, and oral storytelling. Bihari folk tales are simple yet powerful. They speak about wisdom, cleverness, justice, kindness, and life lessons, often using ordinary people, animals, and village settings to convey deep truths. One such folktale from Bihar has been told and retold over the years, not just for entertainment, but to teach an important lesson about life. The story which I'm going to tell you today is a sequential story. Sequential stories are stories in which events are arranged and told in a clear order from beginning to end so that each event follows logically from the previous one. And people believe that it enhances one's memory. This story reminds us that intelligence is not always about strength and it is more about presence of mind, values, and choices can change one's destiny. Let's now listen to this beautiful folktale from Bihar. Long ago, there lived a sparrow. Once she picked up a grain of gram and carried it to a stone grinder to break it into two bits. In the process of grinding, a part of the grain came out while the rest of it remained stuck in the wooden cricket that worked as the grinder's pivot. The sparrow repeatedly pecked into the cricket, trying to remove the trapped morsel, but failed. Exhausted, she rushed to a woodcutter and pleaded, "Oh, woodcutter, rub the pricket. My crumb is in the pricket. What shall I eat? And what shall I carry for my journey overseas?" The woodcutter, agitated at the bird's request, retorted, "Get lost. Am I a fool that I'll rip the whole pricket for a piece of grain?" The sparrow, too, lost her temper. She approached the king and pleaded, "O king, punish the woodcutter. The woodcutter wouldn't rip the pricket. My crumb is in the pricket. What shall I eat and what shall I carry for my journey overseas?" The king rejected the sparrow's plea, arguing that it was just unjust to punish the woodcutter for a morsel of grain. Fluttering and chirping, the sparrow went to the queen and said, "O queen, counsel the king. The king wouldn't punish the woodcutter wouldn't rip the pricket. My crumb is in the pricket. What shall I eat? And what shall I carry for my journey overseas?" The queen too refused to entertain the sparrow's request. And she said, "I can't counsel the king for such a small thing." The sparrow then went to a snake and pleaded, "O snake, bite the queen. The queen wouldn't counsel the king. The king wouldn't punish the woodcutter. The woodcutter wouldn't rip the pricket. My crumb is in the pricket. What shall I eat and what shall I carry for my journey overseas?" "Are you insane? How can I bite the queen for a morsel of grain?" hissed the snake, turning down the sparrow's plea. Disappointed, now the sparrow went to a stick and said, "Please repeat it with me. Oh, stick, kill the snake. The snake wouldn't bite the queen wouldn't counsel the king wouldn't punish the woodcutter wouldn't rip the pricket. My crumb is in the pricket. What shall I eat and what shall I carry for my journey overseas?" The stick too refused to help the sparrow. But the sparrow didn't lose hope. Not willing to give up, she shouted out to the fire, "Oh, fire, burn the stick." The stick wouldn't kill the snake wouldn't bite the queen wouldn't counsel the king wouldn't punish the woodcutter wouldn't rip the pricket. My crumb is in the pricket. What shall I eat and what shall I carry for my journey overseas? Get out! I will not burn the stick for a morsel of grain, shouted back the fire. The sparrow approached the ocean. Ocean, extinguish the fire. The fire wouldn't burn the stick. The stick wouldn't kill the snake. The snake wouldn't bite the queen. The queen wouldn't counsel the king. The king wouldn't punish the woodcutter. The woodcutter wouldn't rip the pricket. My crumb isn't the pricket. What shall I eat and what shall I carry for my journey overseas? As the ocean snubbed the sparrow, she flew to an elephant finally. Oh, elephant, please swallow the ocean. The ocean wouldn't extinguish the fire. The fire would not burn the stick. The stick wouldn't kill the snake. The snake wouldn't bite the queen. The queen would not counsel the king. The king wouldn't punish the woodcutter. The woodcutter wouldn't rip the pricket. My crumb is the pricket. What shall I eat and what shall I carry for my journey overseas? Now the elephant, who was already thirsty, thought it could achieve two goals if it fulfilled the sparrow's wish. Its thirst would be quenched and the sparrow would be obliged. So the elephant headed towards the ocean with the sparrow in tow. The ocean was scared to see the elephant approach it menacingly. The ocean implored, do not swallow me, please. I will extinguish the fire. The ocean went to the fire. The fire got nervous and pleaded, do not extinguish me, please. I will burn the stick. As the fire leapt to burn the stick begged for mercy. Do not burn me, please. I will kill the snake. When the stick went to kill the snake pleaded, have mercy on me, please. I will bite the queen. As the snake crawled to dig its fangs into the queen said, spare my life, please. I will counsel the king. When the queen went to counsel the king, he said, cheer up, dear. I will punish the woodcutter. As the king called the woodcutter to punish him, the woodcutter said, do not punish me, please. I will rip the pricket. When the woodcutter went to rip the pricket pleaded, no one should rip me apart. I am splitting on my own. The pricket split, throwing the crumb out. The sparrow picked up the crumb and flew off merrily. I hope you like the story. The little sparrow taught us a big lesson. No problem is too small if it matters to you. In this story, everything begins with just a morsel of grain. It may seem very small, but for the sparrow, it was a food, her effort, and her hope. A morsel of grain reminds us that no matter how small something appears, it can have great value. What seems unimportant to one person may mean everything to another. Because the sparrow did not give up on the tiny grain, the entire chain of events was set in motion, and in the end, she succeeded. Be patient, be brave, and never give up because perseverance always finds a way. This story reminds us that patience, courage, and perseverance can solve even the smallest problems. So remember, keep trying, keep believing, and never give up. Meet you all in another folk tale. Thank you.